Every woman feel entitled. Everybody be trying to chase a baller and want somebody with money and to take care of them. And in reality, like, we the kings. If I'm doing all of this, what do I get out of all of this?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Maybe we should get to know each other.
I'm okay.
Nah?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, have a nice day. Fuck it. Yeah, this me.
What kind of work you be doing?
I mean, I do a lot of shit, man. I'm an entrepreneur.
You be making money and stuff?
Obviously, of course, I make money.
My rent here like $1,800 though. So if we start fucking with each other, like you gonna start paying my rent?
Absolutely.
What's your age?
43.
Are you single?
Kinda, sorta, but not really, you know what I'm saying?
At your age, have you ever proposed to a woman before?
Nah, I would never do that. If I ever thought about getting married, we gonna get a shaman or something and do a tribal ritual. I'm not signing no paperwork with the government with my money and my greatness.
Unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much shit that these hoes is on, so we don't know the fucking difference.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into...
This is Drew, and I'm back with another episode of Real Talk Today. Today, I want to talk about what Paul Pierce and Mr. Organic may have figured out about this marriage thing. Should you or should you not get married? Especially with the government involved. Let's talk.
What's your age?
43.
Are you single?
Kinda, sorta, but not really, you know what I'm saying? I'm married to the game, brother.
At your age, have you ever proposed to a woman before?
Nah, I would never do that. If I ever thought about getting married, we gonna get a shaman or something and do a tribal ritual. I'm not signing no paperwork with the government with my money and my greatness.
But why do you as a man feel like marriage is a risk?
As a businessman, you know, you gotta go off the numbers. 60% of marriages end in divorce, and they always initiated by the woman, like 70%. So off those numbers alone, I would never jeopardize my greatness, my millions, my glory to that piece of paper.
So you don't marry a woman, but you're with her long term. What happens next?
I mean, we just living life. We gonna go with the flow. You know, if she wanna move around, she can. I'm not holding nobody hostage. You know what I'm saying? See, that what happens. That's like the cage somebody in when they get that paperwork. No, we living free out here.
To the 43-year-old woman watching this now, who would go, you're not taking anybody serious without marriage, what would you have to say to that?
I say God bless them. You know, if you're 43 and you're a woman and you complaining about marriage, that means you already past your prime. That's a fact. As a 43-year-old man, I got better with life. I'm better right now as 43 than I was at 23. I'm gonna keep getting better. I'm gonna keep getting more money. I'm gonna keep looking better. I'm gonna keep getting more women. It ain't gonna never stop for me. But for a woman that age, God bless her. She gonna need it.
Now, to break down basically what Mr. Organic is saying, I'm not saying I agree with every single thing he's saying, because I understand once we get to a certain, we get tired. We don't feel like keep running the streets, woman to woman, and that get expensive, and it wears you out. But I do understand where he's coming from as far as getting the government involved in your business or whatnot. But let's see what Paul got to say about it.
Never stop for me. But for a woman that age, God bless her. She gonna need it.
Sex? Is that what this is all about? I'm telling you that. Niggas with money ain't going for that.
So what does it, I think men are starting to understand their value more, and they're not just going for the pretty girl. Women have to bring more to the table. What?
When I go in the car, you open the car door for me.
So you want a woman to open the door
I'm the
for
king,
you.
right? What we talking about?
So a woman should be opening your door and your car door.
Why not?
A love from a woman is powerful. It can literally change everything. And I feel like you just have not got the opportunity to experience that yet. And I don't want you to count yourself out from having that, because it is possible.
So how you telling me this and you ain't got no man?
Stop right there. That's a mic drop moment right there. You got all this advice on a woman's worth and how she could change your life and all that, and you ain't got no man. Now, this particular woman I've seen on other videos and whatnot, she is loud, obnoxious. She don't care nothing about no relationship or whatnot. I think she's kind of putting on the front, but we're going to watch and see how this thing play out. But, you know, it's almost to me, you know, listen to a woman like her that has no man, and she's at least in her 30s, and she don't have nobody. It's almost like going to the corner and finding a bum and trying to get stock tips. Makes absolutely no sense.
And you just waiting for me to do all of that, then like, what do I get out of all of this? You feel me? Oh, you sex? Is that what this is all about? Because a dude feel like you can get that from any girl.
But what
So
about
what you bringing to the table besides entitlement? Because that ain't it no more. Niggas ain't going for that no more. I'm telling you that. Niggas with money ain't going for that no more.
How you doing? What's your name? I'm London. Jasmine, nice to meet you. Maybe we can get to know each other.
I'm okay.
Have a good one.
What's up?
It's you?
You see I'm in this car, right?
This is nice.
I appreciate it. What's up?
You said you want me to be friends?
Yeah, but you said you was good, right?
We can connect.
But you just said you was good, right? So if you good, then what you over here for?
I don't know.
You was basically acting like you wasn't interested.
Yeah, I'm interested.
But why you interested now all of a sudden, though? That's the question.
I don't know.
She don't know very much.
Wasting my time. And you know why I asked her that question? I already know the answer. Waste of her time. She ain't deserve to get sitting with.
to date a baller? A lot of women want to date a baller. What does it
What
take?
does it take to date a baller?
What does it take to date a baller? Tell us.
Man,
Start rolling.
man, what can you do to like on some real to make my life easier?
Yep.
Like, what can you do to like not make it like a how do I want to say this? Like, damn, like when a girl is like a
Liability?
asset and not a reliability.
Not
You know what I'm
reliability.
saying?
I
Don't be
like
Yo, Paul said reliability, brother. It's liability. It's all good, though. You're cooking.
a
ability.
liability. A liability. Don't be a liability. Like,
What makes a girl a liability to you? She
Begging.
just always needs something. Always
yeah,
begging.
I'm like, damn, I'm the king, right? And
Yeah.
I'm taking care of you. I got the big mansion. I got the house. I'm getting you a car. I'm doing all this, but I gotta go and make sure you straight all the time. Like, that ain't
I
it.
think that men are
You gotta
starting.
make sure we straight.
I think men are starting to understand their value more, and they're not just going for the pretty girl. Pretty is not enough. Women have to bring more to the table than just being cute. Because guess what? With surgeries and everything going on, everybody can be cute. Everybody can have a
Everybody
big
look
ass.
alike.
Everybody
Facts.
can look the same. Look, okay. Right now, what women need to start doing is actually being an asset and not a liability. You need to start bringing things to the table, and don't just say you're the table, baby, because you're not. But I think that a lot of women are skewed by a false reality, and that false reality is that a man should start giving you money the moment he met you.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Maybe we should get to know each other.
I'm okay.
Nah?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, have a nice day. Fuck it. Yeah, this me.
What kind of work you be doing?
I mean, I do a lot of shit, man. I'm an entrepreneur.
You be making money and stuff?
Obviously, of course, I make money.
My rent here like $1,800 though. So if we start fucking with each other, like you gonna start paying my rent.
Absolutely not. I don't know you.
But you're gonna get to know me.
I don't mean I'm about to pay your rent because I'm getting to know you. What the fuck?
Yeah, but like you meet a bad bitch, you gotta take care of her, especially if she living somewhere like this.
You know where I
Lord
live?
have
I live in
mercy.
the penthouse.
So that means you have the money.
I have the money for me. I don't fucking know. You haven't told me about you.
Yeah,
Okay
I'm
then,
just
but look
letting
though.
you know my standards.
No,
So if you
no.
start talking to me, you know you gotta pay my
Big.
I'm not paying
my
your rent.
rent.
I'm not paying your rent. So maybe we wasting time here.
Okay. I mean, I guess I feel like you should think differently.
No,
Like,
but
I
I'm
really
not. I'm
feel
not
like-
gonna. This is the thing. I'm not gonna think different.
Like
So
you
if
should.
you want me to pay your rent, you can get out.
How about you take my number and when you change your mind, you
Absolutely
can give me a
not.
call.
I'm not gonna give you a call at all.
Do you want me to write my number down? Too?
No, I'm all set. You can get out. Gold digger, man.
Are you a prostitute or a woman? I'm confused.
Stop. When I walk out the door, you open the door.
What?
When I go in the car, you open the car door for me.
So
I'm the
you
king.
want a woman to open the
I'm
door
the
for
king,
you?
right? What we talking about? I'm the king, right?
So a woman should be opening your door.
You guys hear this? This woman sitting there talking. I'm not saying women got to open no doors for men, but this woman, her mentality is showing through all that Maybelline. She doesn't think a man should get anything. He doesn't deserve anything. Open your door. Who you think you are? Come on now. Man paying all your bills, making sure you straight, basically sponsoring your life, taking you on like a child. To me, that's the least, that you can possibly do. But let's keep going.
And
not?
your car door.
Why not?
Because there are women though, right, that bring more than just a good look and want your money to the table, right? So there's women who do a lot for you, like
What?
add value, wake up,
Like
they
how?
cook, they clean, they make sure you're good, they
I got
rub
a
your
chef.
back.
There
I
you
got
go.
a babe. What I need
So
all that?
what can a
else?
woman bring then? What is it that you want a
Bring
woman to
some
bring?
Positivity.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring some, like,
Motivation, positivity,
motivation.
uplifting you,
Yeah, like
speaking
bring some
life into
love.
you, making
Show me
you,
that, like,
yeah.
if we gonna have some kids together, that you are a motherly prospect. Like,
True.
don't just be like,
Don't be out here.
The men who say shit like this, though, let me tell you what really grinds my gears. Men will get with a whore a modern day prostitute that you had to get money to get with this woman, and then you look stupid when she gets happy because you buy her things. When you write letters and roses, that bitch ain't going, because that is not gonna do it for her. You got a woman who wanted money. You got a modern day prostitute, bro, and then you get with her and you're mad that money makes her happy. That don't make sense. Go get you a woman who's not half naked on Instagram. Go get you a woman who actually wants to be a wife and a mother and wants to be a nurturer and wants to care for you, because a woman like me, I would love some roses and some flowers and some little nice little thoughtful note.
You know, but she, like I said before, she's been on a lot of podcasts before she got on this with Paul Pierce. She's not feminine at all. She's loud, obnoxious. She'll try to run you over. She don't listen. But right now, to me, by her even making that statement like that, I think she's just trying to, you know, shoot her shot on the low toward Paul Pierce and whatnot. You know, I'd love somebody just to do the small thing for me. Most of these women, especially like this, they're not looking for the small thing, because if it was, they would already be taken off the market. And on top of that, as we get ready to see, a lot of these women, they all act alike, so it's kind of hard to even pick them out, what's good and what's bad. But let's listen to what old boy got to say about it.
This the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hoes, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. No, listen. I met a lot of women. It don't mean, I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got two parents. They interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you gonna try to figure out which lion gonna bite your ass or not? You're gonna be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much shit that these hoes is on, so we don't know the fucking difference.
I think my guy summed it up perfectly with the way these women are basically carrying themselves today. You know, if the supposedly quote unquote good woman is acting the same way, doing the same thing, listening to the same music, running around half naked, loud in public as the supposedly no good women, how in the world man supposed to figure out which one to deal with and which one not to? It's impossible.
You need a low budget type of
No, it ain't that. It's just like, damn, like all men want at the end of the day is feel appreciated and respected.
Respect,
like,
tell them
you ain't gotta, like, love is something, but like,
Yeah.
if you ain't respecting a nigga, like what? Like, when you start coming home and the respect ain't there, and that's how all my relationships ended. Like, cause the respect, when I started seeing the respect fade, like now you talking like this, like damn, you don't see this castle.
No appreciation.
But that was cool before. That made you happy before.
Yep.
That's what made you happy before.
Fade.
Man, the respect
To get used to
fade,
it.
Like, I mean, it just course over time. Because
Before he get into all that, bottom line is they've gotten used to it. You know, you can take a woman off the street, you know, put her in a mansion, dress her up, put a nice car up on her. You know, she's going to be very appreciative in the short term. But she's going to revert back after a while when she get used to it, to the same thing that Janet Jackson used to say back in the day. What have you done for me lately?
like, because I feel like every relationship shouldn't be based off sex, but every relationship is based off of that.
Yep.
That's
I don't think so.
Yep.
100%. You can't tell me nothing different. This is what I feel, and that's why I'll never be in another relationship, because it's always based off of that.
So you're not going to be in another relationship?
Hell no, for what? Because it's going to be based off the sex. Once that wear down, you're going to go find somebody else that's better.
Yep.
And I just want to spice things up.
Here we go.
You know, get some excitement going back in the relationship. So, how would you feel about an open relationship? So we're still together, but we can date other people. We would just have to be open and honest with each other, you know, about who we're talking to, and, you know, set boundaries for each other, you know. But we will stay together.
Whatever.
We just exploring different things, you know.
This is a joke, or are you being serious?
I got to be honest with you. This is the oldest trick in the business. Woman telling you, look, we're going to be together. We're not going to leave each other, but we're going to go out and screw other people. What she's basically saying is you got to be able to read that quote unquote woman needs. What she's saying is, I want you to stick around and pay the bill, you know, be the backup plan in case things don't go, you know, like I think it might go. But in the meantime, I want to go out here and have fun and get railed out, you know, by anybody that I want. But I don't want you to go anywhere. You know, you're trying to have the cake and eat it too. Don't go for it.
I'm being serious.
Serious. Okay.
Yes.
So when we got married, I made a commitment to one woman, not multiple people. Just saying. So if you want to have an open relationship, maybe it's me you don't want to be with.
Yeah,
No.
you right.
That's not it.
That's a lie.
You know I love you. Don't even play like that. It's just
She want to run the
I don't
streets.
know, I just feel like we just lost a little flare, little fire that we had between us. That's all. I don't know. I'm just trying to suggest things so you know,
she can get some new meat.
That spark back. That's all. Like,
but keep him around.
I'm not.
So you think
Keep an open mind about
you think having another lover is going to bring back the spark in our marriage? I'm just saying, does that make any sense to you?
I don't know. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, with all them quotes, all them Ronnie Ho
I would
quotes.
never want to leave you. It's just.
Well, it's best that we separate if you're having those feelings, because I'm not going to stay married to somebody who wants to have an open relationship.
My boy.
I do not want to have one.
Okay.
I don't
Okay. Calm down.
I'm calm.
You
I'm
calm.
not really screaming.
But you starting to get a little tense in your tone.
See, it's not that he's getting tense. She's starting to see that her security blanket might slip away. She thought that he was going to be a fool and go for the okie doke, but he didn't go for it now. Because most women, they're not going to just leave a man to just be by themselves. They want to make sure they got something secure on the outside before they actually jump. They're not going to just leave one branch and don't have nothing to grab onto and hit the ground. That's not even a woman's nature.
For real.
I'm just saying, I'm not agreeing to this. I don't know what brought this on.
Okay.
These feelings, and you have every right to do what you will please. I'm not going to hold you back, but I am not going to be a part of this charade. You understand?
There you go.
Now, I respect it. I appreciate you being honest.
All I was doing was just trying to have a conversation.
You ain't saying nothing.
If you're not up for it, if you don't want to do it, we ain't got to do it. Okay?
No, I'm be honest. This woman's already cheating, or she already got somebody in mind that she want to be with. That's just the bottom line. Women ain't gonna just come to you with no foolishness like us with nobody lined up. He need to send her on her way, because right now she wants something new, and it's not him.
Time for us to talk about this marriage continuing going forward.
Relationships. Let me say what marriage is all about. Or let me say what marriage is, and who's marriage for.
Okay.
Marriage is for old people and poor people.
Okay, so let's get into that. Why?
Okay.
Because when you broke, our parents, like my moms and all them, they married on a merit of like, okay, we're gonna put our incomes together, have all these kids, and then when our kids, we're gonna have 5, 10 kids back in the 60s, all them, they're gonna have 5, 10 kids so they can work and bring income.
Yeah.
So you poor. So you married for that. And now when you get old, somebody that to be by your side to take care of you.
Yep.
So do you?
I really believe that. Like that's what. Like outside of that, it's no advantage to a man. Why is marriage advantage? What advantage? What does it do for a man when things go south?
That is
like
true.
we gonna have to give up half our this, pay child support, pay. But what do the? It's only advantageous to a woman.
Now, I want to step in right here because I get where he's coming from. Now, personally, I believe man and woman should be together. I'm serious. I don't think nobody wants to die alone, whether it be male or female. But I honestly feel like if you get with a woman and she really wants to be with you, she's not going to force you to go down there and get the white man involved in your relationship. She wants to be with you. She's going to stay with you. She's not going to just start giving you ultimatum and then just up and leave. She's just not going to do it. She want to be there. She's going to stay.
That is
Like,
very true.
It's real talk.
But what if you meet a woman and you're like, wow, she's a gem, she's valuable,
We
she's
could be
everything, and I
together.
want to lock her down in marriage?
I don't want to lock no woman down.
Better
We could
tell
be
him
cool.
what.
So you're telling me right now today you do not want to be in a relationship ever again?
I don't think it's realistic long term.
I am done. I've never been more done with a brother.
I'm 47 right now. Until I turn 70, that's the only realistic part I see is because we both old. We ain't out in the streets. We at home watching TV. You go take me to the hospital. I'm gonna take you to the hospital. That's it. But right now, so what I need to
Is
do
it
all that
because you
for?
feel like you
What I
have?
need to do all that for?
Would you marry a woman if she, or be in a relationship if it was open? Would you want to be in an open relationship?
No,
For what?
I'm not looking to be out here having multiple partners because I don't do nothing anyway. I go do
Then what do you mean it's too cracking right now for you to want to have a relationship?
because I like my peace first of all.
You better believe it.
What if a woman brings you that?
No.
There's no such thing as that.
You don't think there's no such thing as a woman bringing
There's
man
no
peace?
such thing as somebody living with you on a day-to-day basis is bringing peace.
Nobody likes the angry, sassy black woman. That's why she's not married, and that's why 85 to 90% of black women is dying alone, single, or by themselves with their grandbabies, playing in their drinking wine. Granddaddy, when you buried a black man, he got 3-4 hoes at the funeral fighting over him. Buried a black woman, she by herself with her kids, lonely. She been by, cause you can't tell her nothing. She sassy, too much mouth. Bitch, shut up.
Now listen to Charleston White talk. I hate to say it, but a lot of that sad, but it's true. You know, a lot of our women, you know, they're masculine. They don't want to hear anything that you got to say. It's as simple as that. A lot of them are so used to being by themselves or whatnot, and because of their attitude, it's just pretty much impossible to bring a man in, and she basically submits to him willingly.
It's always gonna be something, because you're gonna have a bad day where I'll have a good day, and that's not gonna be peaceful for me.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna come home like, damn, baby, like I had a good. Something gonna happen to where you gonna hijack my emotions. So that's not peaceful.
Yep.
You feel me?
You done figured it out.
It's peace is peace. And peace is me by myself. I come home, I watch TV, I make my own food, I go to bed, I work out, I wake up at 5:30, I roll over in the bed, I lean this way, I fart, whatever I do,
Yes,
whatever.
sir.
In my bed, that's peace. I'm cool. I can let loud snore, whatever.
Yes,
I ain't
sir.
complaining about nothing.
I'll say this though, your perspective on relationships are quite negative, and for me,
It's not negative, it's
I mean,
realistic.
it's realistic, right? But there is a lot of positive things that you can gain from being with a partner.
Like what?
Like partner to me, and one and one coming together is 11, which is a master
What's
number.
the
And it's hard.
positive thing?
Let me
from being
talk,
in-
and I'm gonna tell you.
All right, go ahead.
I think that if you're truly with someone that speaks life into you and gives you power and purpose before you go out into the world, that genuinely can help change the way that you move through life.
What is all this speaking life into men and all that? They act like if you don't have a woman around, whispering sweet nothing to you or whatnot, you're not a man anymore. Just all these buzzwords are getting ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a woman that is positive, that is motivational, that is nurturing, that really, really cares and loves for you in a deep way, a love from a woman is powerful. It can literally change everything.
Well, yo, man.
And I feel like you just have not got the opportunity to experience that
Shoot
yet.
my
And I
shot.
don't want you to count yourself out from having that, because it is possible.
So how you telling me this and you ain't got no man?
First off, Paul Pierce, he didn't already shut that down. You ain't saying nothing. If you was all that, you would already have somebody, first of all. And if you listen to this woman talk and her body language, whatnot, she is low-key shooting her shot, hoping that she can go head on and change his mind or whatnot. Because I've seen her in many videos other than this loud, obnoxious, talking trash against men, whatever. But she's hoping that she can kind of change his mind, like, what's his name, Gilbert Arenas. He was talking a couple of years ago, he was never going to get married. Next thing you know, when the podcasters that locked him down, now he's married. And I think that she's thinking the same, that she might can get him. But he ain't going for the old okie doke.
She telling me like this, she ain't got no man. Look.
But what I'm telling you is, whether I have a man
I can tell you because I've been in a long-term relationship
have
of
too,
14
Paul.
years. 14 years.
7 years.
I've been in another one of 9. And I've been in the latest one before the last 3 years of 4.
I've been in long-term relationships twice. I've been in long-term relationships and I ended them. At the end of the day, because I was cheated on.
So that's what I'm telling you. Everything is based around sex.
Well, the video's getting a little long. I want to go ahead on and wrap this thing up. But I thought that between Paul Pierce and Mr. Organic, thought they had some interesting takes on the situation as far as getting married or whatnot. I can't even argue with what they're saying, because I'm a person, I believe in male-woman relationship. I do. Raising the kids, trying to build something. I agree with all of that. But what I don't agree with is if one person is doing all the hard work, adding all the financial part of it, I don't think that it's fair that the other person should be able to come in and just take it whenever they get bored and say, hey, I don't love you no more. Or like this woman said in the other video, it's a situation where, she wants to have an open relationship, but she wants you to continue, to play husband to pay the bill. I think that is crazy. And it's just, guys are starting to get hip and they're not going for it like they used to because they're tired of losing everything. A lot of these guys getting too old to keep starting over. So you better make some good decisions, guys. Let's wrap it up. I'll see you all at the next one.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy.